Consciousness of self is defined as awareness of your personality traits, values, and strengths, as well as your abilities to be a self-observer who is mindful of your own actions, feelings, and beliefs. Why is consciousness of self important to one's leadership? Leaders with consciousness of self are observant and reflective and continually developing awareness. A way to become conscious of our values and principles is to consider the source of individual beliefs, such as our culture, faith, family, and age. Self-awareness is essential for a collaborative approach to leadership. To build authentic relationships within a group or a community, leaders must be aware of not only their skills, but also their values, beliefs, and motivations.
Some of my values that are most important to me are honesty, integrity, and authentic connections. Whether I am on campus with students or I am outside at the grocery store, I try to exemplify these values and keep them in mind regardless of where I'm at. My first leadership experience where I realized that honesty, integrity, and authentic connections were in alignment with my values was being an orientation leader in my undergraduate experience. I had never had the opportunity to lead a group of students as an undergraduate student, and so that experience really propelled me to figure out how I show up in these situations while also being honest and while also following integrity, and really helped me challenge myself. A past supervisor that encouraged me to go into the field of student affairs really exemplified radical honesty, and especially as an undergraduate student, you don't usually know what's going on at other levels of the university or beyond the training that you're in, but she was always really honest with us about why she was making her decisions or what other things were coming up to just help inform us and be honest in her decision making, and it really impacted me for time to come.
The exploration of leadership and culture is a journey both of discovery and practice, related to an understanding of self and others. Applying consciousness of self includes culture, faith, family, generational peers, and personal style. Frequently, when people share a culture, they will often share at least a few values in common. Ethnic cultures in the United States share some cultural values with their fellow Americans, but also often possess additional values that are distinct. People who are drawn to a particular spiritual or religious group as adults often choose that tradition because they find the values and principles to be congruent with their own. Consider what traditions your family maintains and the values communicated in those traditions. Your age demographics can apply to your value under descriptions as a generational peer. Some examples are Generation X, Millennials, and Generation Z. Personal style includes hundreds of descriptors, such as timid, aggressive, organized, adaptable, optimistic, competitive, easygoing, etc. Being aware of one's own style is useful for understanding interactions with others, particularly with those whose style is different from one's own. Consciousness of self includes awareness of your personality traits, values, and strengths, as well as your abilities to be a self-observer who is mindful of your own actions, feelings, and beliefs. Students who become increasingly aware of their values have an expanding motivation to get involved and address issues most important to them. As a leader, it is important for you to have this understanding of your own values. Knowing your values will help you identify causes that you want to engage with and have a positive impact on. As you grow and develop in leadership, your values will be challenged and refined. Do not be afraid to being open to this change. Since you've started engaging in your workbook for this section, your values have been more explicitly defined. We want to find ways to help you connect your values directly to who you are as a leader both inside and outside of the classroom. Curricular experiences could include the following. Co-curricular experiences could include the following.
Thank you for completing section 1.1. Before moving on to the second video in this series, be sure to complete the corresponding activities in the workbook.